Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Zmore, the dad in DPS, and we're back today with a video that I've titled 7 Important Factors in Making Ammo. Now this video is basically a all-encompassing method for farming and thus creating your ammo. But before we get into that, it's time to thank our YouTube members, Twice Baked Spuds and Golty. Thank you very much for both of you for your support, and if you would like to be a channel member, just click the link below that says join. And don't forget, if you haven't already, to like, comment and subscribe for more content. So let's get on with the video. So when it comes to ammo, there's a couple of different factors. Now for the most part, ballistic ammo is essentially just steel, aluminium and gunpowder. There are some different kind of things, but in most cases those aren't as well used or well sought after, so I won't be covering every single tiny little minute detail. However, if you do want specifics, make sure to comment down in the comment section and I can basically give you an idea of where would be the best to get it. We're pretty much just going to go over the kind of important ones, the ones that you are going to be using a lot, and for some of the harder to make ammo types, how you can get a lot of them in general. Now with ballistic ammo, it tends to be lead, gunpowder, steel. For most of it, that is the case. For energy ammo, you have acid, oil and steel for flamer fuel, but for most part, you're looking at copper, lead, and plastic. Now, the good thing about a few of these is that they actually go hand in hand, and I'll explain that in a little bit through the video. Now, before we get into the ins and outs of how to get certain materials, the main focus I want you to look at is the Excavator Power Armour. There's 2 resources on this list that you need this for. Well, you don't need it, but yeah, you'd be wasting your time if you weren't going for it. The reason for this is with a full set of Excavator Power Armour on, you mine more from resource nodes. So go and get this. And if you don't have it, the location you now see on the map is exactly where you need to go. The Garahant Mining Headquarters. Very bottom of the map. Head on over there, follow the quest. It takes you about 20 minutes at most. I would expect you to do it quicker, but, you know, plan for 20 minutes and you're good to go. At the end of it, you'll be able to craft the Excavator Power Armour, and you're pretty much good to go. So, let's move on to the first resource, which is going to be lead. Alright, so lead. Now there's tons of ways of getting it around in Appalachia, but one of the easiest and best methods is the Lucky Hole Mine, as you can see on screen. This place has absolutely truckloads of this stuff. So head on over there and follow what I'm doing. Now once you've cleared out the area, suit up in your power armor, and then just go to town on the lead nodes. You'll see loads of them all over. Make sure that you look carefully and mine all of them. But if you follow the path that I'm taking, you usually will find a load of them. And it's usually, for me, more than enough ammo to last me a few days. But it really just depends on what you're using and how good an aim you are, really. So I'm going to speed up this next bit so that you guys can see exactly what's going on. Now, I honestly can't remember checking my inventory before this to see if I had any lead ore in there. I don't think you're going to get as much as this, but this is what I have after doing a run through here. I have been doing breach and clear a lot, so I probably have had a load in my inventory. Anyway, there are also other ways that you can get lead. Now, there's loads of items that are around the map, but realistically, what you're wanting to find is weights. and there are a load of places that have gyms built into them with weights in them. And what I'll do is I'll leave a list of these places down in the description of the video, and this will apply to all other kind of the different bits, because I could go into every single place that you could get lead, every single place you get copper. That is going to be really long, really boring. So yeah, check down in the comments for where to get weights. Now the next location is for copper, and you're going to want to head on over to Solomon's Pond. This is one of two places that I recommend for pretty much quick and easy copper, but I will also post down in the comment section as before with other places that are relevant. Now, upon spawning, you're going to want to head over in this direction. Obviously, clear out the enemies that I've already dealt with. Gear up, and once again, in your power armor. I cannot stress how you should do this before mining any mining node that you can possibly find, ever. Now, this is also a decent place to have your camp for the reason that these nodes are here. Now, once you're over in this direction, come to this rock, and you'll find a couple of copper nodes on here. And you just mine them up. There is also a vein in the floor. I should have came here during the day. It would have been so much easier to see. Where the hell is it? Yeah, I can't be bothered finding it. Oh, actually, I think it's up here. But yeah, then on this rock up here, yeah, there it is. So that's the deposit. You can put an extractor on there and mine a load of ore consistently, but I can't be bothered with that. And then on this rock, you have a bunch of nodes here as well that will give you a relatively quick and easy boost of copper ore. They are incredibly difficult to see in the dark though. They'll be a lot easier to see during the daytime, but I am not going to server hop just to get the perfect shot. Either way, if I'm able to find them in the dark, you guys should be able to find them in the daytime. Now next up is Landview Lighthouse. There is also another copper vein that you could put an extractor on here, so yeah, you could put a base. I'm not going to power armor up this time, I'm just going to show you where the nodes are. So from spawning, you're going to once again follow me. You've got the mountainside towards this way, the lighthouse is over in that direction, but you're heading off in this direction. Now once you get up here, there is some rocks. You've got this right here, so again, get your ore, and then there's the free little nodes there. And if you're like me, you're here often enough for the quest, well, event rather, for XP bonus. So yeah, do it while you're here. Now, before you leave Dabney Lighthouse, the best thing to do is head on over into the main building, and the reason for that is there is actually a little treasure trove of copper waiting for you in here in the form of little lighthouse ornaments. Pick these up, and each of them give some copper. So, you know, this place is more than adequate at getting you some quick copper. So the last place is Dabney Homestead. What to do when you get here is to make sure that you drop some extractors down after you've taken over the workshop to extract out that copper ore. Come back every so often. If you're using a private world, you're not going to get contested, you're not going to lose it, and you can just get a load of ore passively as you go about your day-to-day business. It's one of the best places to do it, and I'm not going to go into the full shebang of how to get extractors up. I will post the other, like the main copper video I've made down below, so if you're interested in that, take a look at it. Next we'll talk about aluminium, or aluminum if you're over the pond. Now, I'm going to be very quick with this one, not going to show you the power armor, I'm just going to show you where they are. Now, travel over to Abandoned Shaft 1, and that's where you'll start. From here, what I'm going to want you to do is head on over to this part, and, oh, if it'll let me jump, and you'll see there's a bunch of aluminium veins around here. Now, those are the easiest to get on this bit. The next direction you want to go is head over here and just launch yourself off this cliff here if you're able to survive the fall. And at the bottom, you'll notice some more aluminium nodes. Then we travel all the way back up, and you're going to head up this hill and come to eventually a rock. It's not the closest to this area, but it's still pretty damn close. Let's see, yeah, here it is. And as you can see, there's a bunch more here. So those are some easy resources for it. On top of that, there is a nigh inexhaustible resource of it. So for this, you're wanting to come to Burrows South, and from there you're going to approach the building about to come on screen. Now the reason for approaching this building is on the outside of it, you're going to notice all these little air condensers. Inside there are coolant caps, and they provide you with aluminium. Now, I'm not going to show you me going around and getting all of them. Look around the entire building and find all these different things. There is also some sources of aluminium in terms of random junk inside the building, so, go into that. But yeah, empty these out for coolant caps. On top of that, if you server hop, more often than not, you're going to find that another server has them in there as well. So you can rinse and repeat this over and over again. Now, the next method, I could show you me going into places and killing stuff. There's really no point. The main point of this is to get you some steel and plastic. Now, the great thing about it is that super mutants are everywhere. You've got West-tec, you've got the General Steakhouse, you also have things like Horizon's Rest, there's places up here, I forget, it's like the ski cabins that are located about. There's super mutants everywhere. Go there, kill them, steal their stuff. Their weapons will, for the most part, scrap for 20 steel. If they've got laser rifles, you'll get plastic. They're just an abundance of resources. Make sure that you've got the scrapper perk on. Always make sure you've got the scrapper perk on, because you will get a load of these resources, and you use both of them to craft ammo. So, you're welcome. Now, the last resource part that we're going to discuss is acid. Now, one of the best places for that is Toxic Larry's Meet and Go. Head on over there, and you're going to be greeted by something. Snallygasters. Now, these guys are a fantastic way of getting yourself some acid. Here, there is always 3 that have spawned, and as you can see, you get about 6 to 7. 5 to 7 acid. You've also got hide, asbestos, nuclear waste. All of these resources can be used for either armor or ammo. There's all manner of things that you get from these guys, so just loot the crap out of them and take pretty much everything you can. These guys particularly spawn in different locations as well, so what we'll do is look at them now. Now, Kiddy's Corner Cabin will spawn a couple of Snallygasters as well, so head on over there and you'll be able to do this exact same thing. Then there is also a bunch of Snallygasters around the Charleston Capitol building, near the ruins, more towards the direction of the dam. So if you go kind of in that direction around the kind of fallen buildings, if you know where the Grafton monster is there, they're pretty much round the corner. So that's another place. However, there is one area that I would recommend if you want to mine acid, as in through a workshop. Head on over to Hemlock Holes, and as you can see on the map, it has free acid resources. If you're on a server that's your own especially, dump down a workshop, dump down some extractors, you're going to get loads of acid in no time. On top of that, you can server hop and kill each and every one of these locations that's full of Snallygasters, and it's probably the quicker method, if I'm honest. Server hopping quite often is the quicker method. So, let's go into the basics of why you need certain things. Now, for acid, you need it because it's pretty much used to smelt ore and to create gunpowder. Without these two components, you are not making ammo. So you need plenty of acid. Now, I haven't mentioned cloth, and the main reason for that is if you're just playing the game, you end up with an unholy amount of the stuff. It's really not that important to mention it. Acid is harder to get by far, cloth not so much. Now, when it comes to crafting anything, Super Duper is a vital component in your day. Put Super Duper on and you will potentially, and I do stress the potentially, double your crafting yield of anything. This goes for stuff in general like ammo, it goes for your components that you'll be using to make ammo. So equip Super Duper before you do any crafting whatsoever. And as I said, with the super mutants especially, make sure you've got scrapper on. This is also good for if you're scrapping armor pieces, because that will get you cloth. So yeah, definitely have this equipped as well. And when you finally get to the point of crafting ammo, you're going to want to have Ammo Smith equipped. That will help you get 80% more rounds, and it's definitely going to help in general. There is also the big daddy version of this, however I don't have it equipped on this character, but you'll get to see it in the form of Ammo Factory. And as you can see, if you've got it maxed out, another 150% worth of ammo. Don't get me wrong, I would have this equipped, but you know, it lessens my damage. But either way, you don't really need it, because if you follow this method, ammo is not going to be difficult to get. Now we move on to daily ops. Obviously, when it comes to this set of current effects today, it's a bit of a pain in the butt. I am having trouble with the goddamn robots, but the way this works is that I fire one shot and I get two back. The ammo I get is obviously also dependent on what my enemies, my colleagues in here kill. And as you can see, I've already gained a significant amount of ammo over what I actually had. So it's a pretty easy method for gaining ammo. At the end of this daily op, I'm also going to get a lump sum of ammo, which is also going to help me on the long run. So by the end of this daily op, I have gained a significant amount of ammo. And because of that, I'm going to be able to then use it for something a little bit special, which we will show in a second. Now, as you'll see at the bottom right of the screen, I have doubled my ammo. Now, what I want to do with this ammo is take it to the ammo converter. And the great thing about the ammo converter is that you can use this to get or to get rid of explosive ammo. So, with this, I can sell a bunch of my rounds in order to get points. And then I can use these points to convert into other ammo types. Now, this method in daily ops doesn't work for missile ammos. However, it will help you get missile ammo, because I can then buy missile ammo. Now, obviously, it's not exactly the easiest method of getting missile ammo, but yeah. So you can use the heavily explosive ammo in order to get other stuff. Now, the only thing I've not covered in this video, in my opinion, is the flux. Now, flux is something that's relatively easy to get. I would recommend, if you're going to do it anywhere, buy it from people that are selling it, or to basically just drop the nukes. I'll leave a link down below to the video in which I go into flux and flux farming and whatnot. There are some other methods out there if you know where to look, but yeah, I'll leave that video down below so that you guys can have a look at it. But yeah, it was a little bit way too much effort in order to get the flux part into this video, and I thought it would end up a wee bit too long, so we'll leave that out for now, because yeah, it's a separate kind of issue in the long term. So, that was today's video, guys. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. And if you do enjoy my videos, don't forget that you can also join the channel as a member, which will give you some bonuses as well as shout outs at the start of my videos. But yeah, if you think this has given you some good information and something you didn't know, definitely leave me a comment. We'll catch you all next time in the Wasteland.